The inclusion of Help was a genuine surprise. McCartney had last performed the song during his 1990 world tour, but prior to that, it had been absent from his live repertoire since the Beatles' own touring days in 1965. For context, the Beatles themselves played the song live just 35 times, first on August 1, 1965 in Blackpool, UK, and finally on 12th of December 1965 in Cardiff, Wales. Help stands as one of the defining moments of the Beatles' mid-1960s output. Released in July 1965 as both a single and the title track to their second feature film, it immediately topped charts on both sides of the Atlantic, holding the #1 spot for 3 weeks in the UK and US. It was also the fourth in a run of 6 consecutive #1 singles in America, cementing the band's absolute dominance of pop music at the time. Written primarily by John Lennon, with Paul McCartney providing melodic support, the song carried an honesty that set it apart. Lennon would later admit that the lyrics were a subconscious plea for support during the height of Beatlemania, saying, "I was fat and depressed, and I was crying out for help." In hindsight, Lennon identified Help and Strawberry Fields Forever as his most sincere Beatles songs, a striking contrast to tracks he felt were crafted more to order. Biographer Ian MacDonald has called the song the first real crack in Lennon's emotional shield, an early indication of the more confessional songwriting that would characterize his solo career. The Beatles recorded Help in just 12 takes at EMI Studios on 13 April 1965. McCartney added his distinctive counter-melody, while George Harrison's descending guitar riff required careful overdubbing. Notably, the recording marked the group's first use of 2 4-track machines for bouncing, a technical advancement that would serve them well on later records. A separate vocal track was later recorded at CTS Studios for the film version, which also removed the tambourine present in the single. While Lennon later expressed regret that the song had been recorded too quickly, he believed a slower tempo would have better conveyed his message. Many critics disagreed. Dave Marsh, for example, praised the vitality of the finished product, noting how the band's performance offered reassurance to balance Lennon's vulnerability. Help was an instant success on release. Industry publications such as Cashbox and Record World correctly predicted its chart-topping fate, and it went on to become the second best-selling UK single of 1965, behind We Can Work It Out. The track was nominated for 4 Grammy Awards in 1966, though it did not win, and in later years it earned lasting recognition. The single was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2008 and ranked at number 29 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time list in 2004 and 2010. The Beatles promoted the track extensively through both film and television, including promotional clips for Top of the Pops and performances on The Ed Sullivan Show. It became a staple of their 1965 tours, with notable appearances at Shea Stadium and the Hollywood Bowl.